Hey guys, I'm Nishan and welcome you all to Cybernetico. So today, let's build this quiz application using React and Firebase. So let me explore this quiz application first. So we have we have to enter the player's name first. So let's say Nishant. Then we have number of questions. We can add any number of questions we want. So let's select 5 only just for the demo. Then we have category, television, and you can add more categories from this trivia API, quiz trivia API, that will be explored later. Then we can add, then we can get this quiz, play quiz using get quiz button. So it will show the quiz question number 1. So we can enter the right answer. If we enter the wrong answer, we will get this toast called wrong answer. If we enter the right answer, we will get this right answer message. So let me just finish the quiz. We have walkers. I don't know this. Then we have submit button on the last question. Submit it. And we have a leaderboard here. So see, I just played this quiz of Nishant with Nishant name, and it has some difficulties. It is called leaderboard and it has the name, difficulty, category and the final score. So it is being displayed according to the descending order. So the first or top score is 10, then it has 5, then 1, then in descending order. So we can play it again if we want, and if we check the leaderboard, we won't see any score here because it's only possible when we play the quiz. So we can check leaderboard, we can play again, we can get quiz. So let's start building this awesome project without wasting any time. So I have a React app here which contains all these folders. So you already know what are these. src contains our files, public contains the part which is rendered. So let me install a few things first. First is npm install axios to get this API data in our app. Second is React router. So let's install it. React router DOM. Just add this command here and paste it. Let's install these two for now. Only these two. Then you will see later what else we have to install. So now let's start the app. Just type npm start. It will start our application. So in this API, we have different query params like number of questions, categories, difficulty, types. So type is multiple choice or true or false, and the encoding. And then we have to generate our URL here. So let's do it. First, let's start the app. It's starting. So let's wait for it. So our app is now running. So let's quickly create a folder here called components. We will create a component for our quiz app, components, and inside this folder create a file called, let's say, quiz.js. Fine. Let's import this component in our app here. So we don't need logo, remove it. So we also don't need the class name app. We will create our own class names. So import quiz from components quiz, and let's return it a quiz. So we don't have anything here. Sorry. So we don't have anything here. So let's create a functional component, type RFC for functional component. And if you are wondering how I did that, it is a plugin. So just go to this extensions and install this ES7 React Redux GraphQL React Native snippets. Then let's give it a title. So what should be the title? So let's say React quiz. Let's wrap it into H1, which is a heading tag H1. Save it, and we are getting this input, not input, output here, sorry, here, which is called React quiz. So we don't need all the CSS, remove it, and let's give it a styling first. So class name, let's say main or app main. And let's declare the styles here. First will be the text align center, so it is in the center now. So now let's also import some fonts from fonts.google.com, basic stuff. Okay, so we don't need this font, neither this, remove all the fonts. So let's select what font should we use. This one is, let's select Luxurious Roman. Let's import this font first in the CSS file at the top, like this. Then we need to use the font here. So you see, this font is now changed to React quiz. Fine. So now let's call this API now, Trivia API. So let's leave all this for now. We will just call our API. So we need to create a function. So first I think, okay, let's create some extra data or input fields. So first is the input. Let me see, first is the number of questions. So input placeholder, which will be number of questions. Second is just copy it and paste and save. Let's see what we get in the output. Okay, it's fine. We will add the styling later. So second is the difficulty. Third is the, wait a second. No, second is the category. Category. Third is the difficulty. Fourth one is the type. So what we have the type. So I don't think we have to use type. So just leave it at the 3. You can add type or encoding if you wish. So the number of questions will have number of questions category, will have category, and number of difficulty, that sounds weird. So just say difficulty level. Fine. So we can add number of questions as 10 or any number of we want. We have categories. So in the categories we have numbers. So let's say we select general knowledge and generate our API URL. So you see the category is now 9. So it means it starts with 9. So we don't need this input, text input, we need the select. So let's make some things easy. So let's install Material UI for our UI. So install it using this command here. Not this. Oh, copy. Did we copy this? Okay, we are not getting, it's not getting copied. So let's try get started, and where is it? Installation. Copy this command and just paste it here to install it. Let's wait for it to install now. It will take some time. And now it has been installed completely. So let's use it. So how to use it? We don't need all this we don't need. We can add SVG icons, but let's leave it for later. So we need select option. So we can just open components and find select here. So say we have this great select. So let's create one more folder here called common. It will create our common components, or sorry, it will contain our common components. And inside we can just add this select.js component and put this code inside this component. So copy all this code and put it here. And in this quiz, let's import it. Simply type import select from common select and remove this select here category and just add select like this. So let's refresh. Okay, it's too big, but don't worry, we will fix it. Similarly, we can do it for this input placeholders. So but first we need to give it a little padding to shrink it. So just give it a class name of quiz main, and in this app.css just say quiz main, and it should be padding 20 pixels. Fine. So we have now age which contain 10, 20 and 30. So in select we have to pass age from quiz component, or let me think. So we don't need age. This property will be called select will be called, what should we call it? So it is category na, so it will be called quiz category. Spelling is right, I hope. But min width, remove this min width, then let's see. But you see it is getting shrinked. So what we can do to fix it? So we full width. Let's see. Okay, not this. So let's select add the min width to 220. But we need to fix this category. So we have age is coming up here. Advanced features. So let's select this one. Leave this square element box. So it will be called variant will be standard. Variant, where is it? Form control standard, from control variant, it will be standard. See what we get. Okay, it's fine now. Fine. If we click quiz category, it's coming up here with the options of 10, 20 and 30. See, now the dogs are started barking. That's very wrong. So we can add categories here. So let's add categories. First is general knowledge. Second one is entertainment books. So I don't think we have the options to get all this data. Get data. So we have to add it manually. So we have this entertainment. Spelling is right, I hope. Entertainment. Fine. Which is books. Third one is film. FILM, film. So let's copy it a bunch of times and we will add it manually. Then we have music, fourth one. Music. Then we have musical and theaters. Musical and theaters. Spelling is right. THEA TRES. Sorry. TRES. My English is little bit wrong. Or not. Fourth one is television. Television. Fifth one is video games. Then we have board games. Board games. Let's save it. And let's also change the values. So if we select general knowledge, what is the value of category? It's 9. So make it 9. Then entertainment books we have 10, I think. Okay, it's 10. Then third one is film. It will be 11. Fourth one is sorry. Then we have music after film. It will be 12. So make it 1 2. Then 1 3 1 4 1 5. Fine. So I think you have to add all this on your own because I'm not going to do that. It's very simple basic thing. Let's change the state name also. The A should be quiz type and set quiz type. Set is already there, quiz type. So quiz type is a variable name and the set quiz type is a function that will be used to set the quiz type. So on the handle change we have to change this set quiz type, and the value should be set quiz type. Label should be quiz category. Fine, let's save and say check. Okay, wait a second. If we remove this variant standard and add the label which we already did, let's see what we get. Okay, it's now fine, we can use this. So we have to change the label and the name also. So let's format the code, and if we console.log clg console.log this event.target.value, let's see what we get in the console when we select our option. So open up the console, clear it, select general knowledge. So we're getting 9, entertainment 10, music 12, film 11. So we're getting the ID now, but we need to send this ID to this quiz.js file because this is a file where we call the API. So how to do that? We need to copy this function and the state, or just cut it and paste it here, set quiz type. Then just pass the function set quiz type in the select and the quiz type as well for the value, and also the function. So we are passing all these three things, the set quiz type, the quiz type, and the handle change function as props, and here we will receive it. So save this file and let's receive it. So just destructure it. So we can use, we have to say set quiz type is the first, then the second is quiz type, the value, the third is this. What is the third? Handle change function, handle change. Wait, so I don't think we need set quiz type. So handle change will be called, okay, we don't need this set quiz type to change value. So remove it from the props from here, no problemo. Format this, but now you will see the app will be the same. So if we console.log this event.target.value, we will get the same thing that we were getting previously. So clear the input, and if we refresh, just open entertainment books, we are getting 10, see, film 11, general knowledge 9, and so on. So now let's choose the input of number of questions. So here we have to use this input. Where is input? Text field. Fine. So we can use this outline. Okay, let me see. We have, what is this? Number of questions. So it's input. Fine. So we will use this one. So let's create a component as well for input. So it will be input.js. Then, okay, we need to copy this thing and paste it. So we need this first one, outlined basic. So remove all this too and save, and import it into our quiz app. So import input from common input and just export it like this. So here it will be input. Remove this placeholder input and the basic input. So we have this outline input here. But we have something wrong in the select. So if we remove this min width, what will we get? Which is nothing. Okay, we need to remove the full width, but it's shrinking down. So let's add the full width here also in this text field to make it fully stretch. Not working. So if we remove this and let's see. Okay, now it's fine. Or if we remove the width, it should remove the width. But and what is this M1? Okay, remove this as X. Don't need it. We will add the what is it? We will add the margin, manual margin. So let's break it down. Omicron variant is now spreading very fast. So where is the text field? Fine, we have the outline. So it should be quiz. Okay, number of questions. So we have now these two. So we can just add styling here. Style, margin, top, 20. Let's say 20. No working. No problem. So we can add in the select also. So margin top. Okay. Not here. Just give it a style. Margin top 20. Okay, now it's fine. We have options. We have the number of questions. So we need to make this number of questions text input as only as number. So let's see what we have here. We have form props. We need only the number. So we have kg. Okay, not this small. Filled. Margin. Full width. Controlled versus uncontrolled. So input type is number. So let's try the input type here as number. See what do we get. Not like this. In quotes number. So let's see. If we add some text, alphabetical text, it won't accept. But if we add number, it will accept. So it means it is working fine. So the third will be difficulty. So we just need to copy, select and put here as difficulty level. But you might be wondering, why did we use the same? Because it will be easy. We will be using only one component for two things. But it's better to create. So difficulty has three values: easy, medium and hard. So let's generate URL and see. So we can create three, or not three, only one more select here. So it will be called select difficulty, or just difficulty. Select .js. Just copy this select and put it here in difficulty select. It will be the same. It will be the same. But here we have the difficulty of easy, medium and hard. So we only need three. Okay, three, not two. First is easy, not like this. Make it in easy. And I think it's medium. And third one will be hard. Fine. This should be, the label should be quiz difficulty and quiz difficulty, and here also in the label, input label. So we need to import this quiz difficulty component here in our file called, okay, we need to select this component, not save it. We in this quiz.js file. So let's import it. Import quiz difficulty component from common difficulty select. And similarly we need to pass the props for another function. So this should be, let's make this handle difficulty, and one more state we need, quiz difficulty, and set quiz difficulty. We need to pass it in this component like this. Okay, wait, not this. What I am doing? So quiz difficulty equal to quiz difficulty. Second is handle difficulty, the function as handle difficulty. Or we can just make this handle change so that we don't have to change in the difficulty select here. So what is that we need here? So quiz type, select quiz difficulty here. Now let's select this difficulty, what we get, but we need to change the options here as well. So this should be easy. The second one medium, third one as hard. Refresh, let's start again, shall we? Select easy, we are getting this easy in the quiz component. Select not this, select this medium, we will get medium, medium or hard, hard. Then we can select medium, see if we are getting medium, and then easy. Similarly we can select this also. So we are getting all the two states updated here. So two are done. What is remaining? Query parameter. So leave type, we have number of questions. So number of questions, okay, in this input box we need to create a state as well. So just copy and paste. So this would be quiz, okay, number and number of, or okay, just make it quiz count and set quiz count, then pass it in the input as well as prop, and then this one. So set quiz count in the input, we need to receive at props and destructure it. And second one is quiz count. So here the value should be quiz count, and let's say on change we should be taking a parameter called e, and then we will use set quiz count as e dot target dot value. So save this quiz component, and so we have all the three states. Fine, it's now. So let's try to console.log all the three of them to see if whether we are getting or not. So console, first is quiz count, second is, okay, let's just see quiz count because we are getting other two. So if we type number of questions, let's say 10, so we are getting this 10 here, or 100, we are getting 100 here, 1000 or 10,000, we are getting this here. fine. So refresh the page, it's now working. Now we need to create one button for calling the API button first. So we need to select a button here, button. We have text contained and outlined, so you can choose anyone if you want. You can see other also. So contain, disable elevation, primary, success, secondary, doesn't matter. So let's select any button. Just copy this primary button, not primary, this one, contained, and okay, and put after quiz difficulty component. We also need to import it at the top. So import button from metadly button and all the things. So let's see what is it. Okay, we are getting this component of button. So style, margin top 10 is fine. So it's now 10. Then this text will be get quiz. Fine. So let's create a function, and that function will run when we click this button. Basic stuff. So const get quiz. Okay, let's leave it at that, and add the function at so button on click this get quiz, and here we will call the API. So I think we're clear till this point that what we did and how we did. Okay. So the next step is to import Axios, which will be used to call our API. So import Axios from Axios. Fine. Then we will just say Axios dot get, and we will pass this URL. So this one is a basic URL. So copy till this amount and pass it. Then we have some query params. So we will do that. So just to make things easy, we can just press enter like this. Wait. Okay. First parameter is this amount. So put amount here, and we will use dynamic value. So amount is which state called quiz count. So put it here. Then we have this amount equal to quiz count. Fine. Then the difficulty. So to separate them, to separate query params, we will use the ampersand sign. Also can and difficulty should be which state? Quiz difficulty. Third one is, which is the third one? It is called type, not type, category. So let's select in category and see what do we get. So category. So similarly ampersand category equal to, it will be this, where is it? Quiz type. Quiz type, yes, select quiz type. Fine, paste it. So now we have all the three query params. So let's break it down. So amount, difficulty and category. Control A, Shift Alt F to format the code automatically using VS Code. So now let's, so it will return, okay, sorry, it will return some promise. So if this API call is fulfilled, it will return some response from the API. So response equal to arrow function. Then let's try to console this response, CLG response. Save it, and now let's check. So let's select number of questions as 10, category as something like general knowledge, fine, and difficulty as easy. get quiz. So you see, we are getting this data. So we need to filter this data, and so just say response.data. Click it again. So we are getting results as empty because I don't think it has quiz of general knowledge. So what does it have? Generate API URL. So amount category 9. Okay, wait a second. If you open the network tab, let me do like this and great quiz. This is a problem because okay, we need to remove the spaces because we are using string literals and it counts spaces if you put space. That's why it's not working. So let's try again. Difficulty, make it easy. Number of questions as 10 and category as GK, general knowledge. Get quiz. Okay, now I will get it in the preview. So if you open the console, we will get all the data. So result, see. So we can just say response.data.results. If we refresh again, let's try again. Number of questions 10, category general knowledge, and difficulty is easy. Get quiz. So we're reading an object, sorry, not an object, an array of 10 items, which contains the GK quiz. Category is general knowledge. Answer, we have correct answer, we have difficulty, and we have the incorrect answer. So we need to merge this correct answer with this incorrect answers to make all the 4 options. So we have the questions also, you see. So now we need to store this response into an state array or array state. So let's say quiz array and set quiz array. Use state and empty array to initialize it. Then just set this. Okay, wait. What is this? Use state is not defined because we have not defined use state. So we can add this like this also, react.use state. Then set data here. Okay. Set quiz array here. Fine. Okay, it's now done. So now we have the quiz array and we have this set data. We are setting data here. So now we need to create one more component that will contain our quiz. So just create a component here called play quiz.js. Fine. Make it a function component rfc. Then import, not import. So we need to use the React router to navigate to this play quiz component when we are generating after we are generating the quiz. So in this function, so we need to add some heading which is called React quiz. Wait a sec. So here is the input. So we don't need input, it's done. Select, remove it. So we need to add this app main in this play quiz as well, or should we? So leave it. So now let's add this React router. So we have installed it. So we need to implement it just now. So now let's set this router. First, let's set in the app.js. So we need to import these things from React router. Not the link, only this browser router and route. So we need to wrap this hold return or whole thing into router. And okay, so paste it here. Fine. It means now our whole application can work on router. We can route any from any link to any link if you want. So now let's add the path. So okay, in this app called play quiz, not play quiz. So let's add the route here. But wait a second. So in app.js we are importing quiz, then we need to add the component. Okay, let's add it here only. So we need to add route. Okay, fine. We need, I get it. So just say first route, this should be here. Fine, save it and let's see what we get. We're getting nothing because the route has not been defined. So we can define the path. So this route path should be simple home, just a slash, then it will show up here. It's not showing up. Why? Wait, let me see. We have this link. If we remove this route, wait a second, it will show up, but if we add this, it will not. Okay, let's add it in this app main class. I think that's causing problem, this class name, but still nothing. So let's see route path about component about. It should work, but it's not working. If we add some path called home, and if we go to home, what is the problem here? Let's say the console. So it should be in the route, should be in the routes. So let's wrap it and import this routes. And if we refresh, okay, it's not this. What is the error? Quiz is not a route component. All components of children of routes must be a routes. Okay, let's see. Router we have, it should work according to the documentation, but it's not. So is it my fault? No, it's not my fault. Okay, router, then routes, then route. Okay, let me see what is the error here. Let me fix it and I will tell you how to fix it. So the error was we have to configure it in the right way, I mean in a different way. So here we have this, in this index file we have to add this router from browser router, and in the app.js we have to use routes, then the route. So we need to now navigate to this route which is called play. So if we go to play, we will get our this play component. So we need to just use this. So we can import, let's leave it from now, React router DOM. So we need to import something called use navigate, and then create a constant for this data, navigate equal to use navigate. Then to just navigate, we can say if this quiz is loading, or when the API call is complete, is done, success, we can navigate to this play component. So now let's try this. Select number of questions 10, difficulty and the category, get quiz. So you see we are getting this play quiz option and the component here. Okay, fine. So now what should we do? We need to send data, this quiz array, in this component called play quiz. So how to do that? So we can send data. How to send data? So just copy this quiz array and what? Okay, so let's see how to send data. So send data using use navigate. Let's see if it is possible or not. How to pass data when you are using navigate function in React Router v6. So navigate the path and then the state. So we can use this. Okay. So navigate, fine. Second param will be the state. So just put the state here. So the state and the value. So value is quiz array. So pass the value where the state, and let's make it quiz array as well. So we can do it like this also. Fine. So we are sending data here. Let's check it. And navigate. So let's see now how to get data here. And let's see the whole component. So we're sending state, and I think we need to get the state here. So we need to import this use location from React Outer DOM. Then we can say constant state from use location. So now let's try to console.log this. So console dot log this state. If we open the console, let's see what we get. Number of questions, let's say 10. General knowledge. Difficulty easy. Get quiz. But we are getting null because we are not sending the state as state. We are sending it as quiz array. So let's do this. So it's undefined. Fine, no problem. Choose some other questions. Category and difficulty. Get quiz. Still undefined we are getting, but why? Okay, here is the state from use location. Okay, the path, fine. Okay, use navigation, React navigation, React. State, fine. Okay, wait a second. State. Then we have to use the use location hook that we are using. Fine. Okay, let's change it to state. I think it is a property, constant property state. Save it and let's check now. It should work. 10 category and easy. Get quiz. Okay, we are getting it, but it's empty. Quiz array on line number 7. It's empty. Why it is empty? Let's check the console or network tab. Wait. 10 JK easy. Get quiz. We are getting the results, but it seems to be empty. Okay, we can also send this direct response or response.data.results. It should be quiz data. Okay, fine, and save it. Then in the state, let's see the Stack Overflow. Constant navigate to other page, then the state. So we are using the state and then the state, fine, and then the use location hook. we are getting the state from his location, fine, then the state, but I think we need to destructure it as well. So let's see here. So we are sending id and color and we are destructuring it. So here we should destructure it from quiz data. So just replace quiz data with id and color and put it here. So now let's check 10 questions. Category is this GK and difficulty easy. Get quiz. Okay, now we are getting it here, and now we have to map this data here. Fine. So now let's do or map this data here. But before mapping this array data, let's do some things first. So we don't need console log here, and okay, so we need two buttons. So copy two buttons and in a div paste it here. Let's also import button from this component, and we need to remove the get quiz function here on click event. So we have button here and we need another button. So basically we need two buttons, one for previous question, this one for next question. Save them, and now we have two buttons, but let's add some margin right, and here margin left. So it's now looking fine, and we need to pass one more thing here. So in this quiz array, so just copy quiz array, set quiz array, where is it? Okay, we are setting data. So pass this quiz array data. Wait a second, in this component, wait a sec, no, we don't have any component here, so I don't think we need this set quiz difficulty, not set quiz array. So remove it from here, just like this. And what is the next thing we need here? So we created these two buttons to go to the next question or previous question. So let's create two functions as well. Previous question, make it an arrow function, then one more function, or yes, which is called next question. Then bind these buttons to these respective functions on click, and here they should be on previous question. So on click of this previous button, this previous question function will be called, and on this next button, this next question function will be called. So now we need one state. So let's create the counter of a question. So const question counter and set question counter. So basically it means we will show only one question at a time, because that's why we need this counter variable or state. So it should be 0 initially. So we will set the previous counter to counter -1 and the next counter as counter +1. So counter is not defined. Okay, sorry, it's question counter. And now let's just show in some h2 tag this counter value, whether it is incrementing or decrementing or not. So it's 0 initially, so we need to make it as 1. So we can just say counter question +1. No, like this, not, wait, +1 inside. So it's 1 click next, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the problem is, let's say we select here only 10 number of questions. So it's not valid if we go it goes beyond 10. So how do I fix that? So we need to pass this quiz count variable as well, which we're already passing. See, in this navigate state. So we need to get this quiz count here, and we need to create one more state. So const total quiz and set total quiz. Use state and array. Wait a second, not array. Wait a second. Okay, let's make it as 1 numeric value. Then we will set the quiz count here like this, and here we will create a check if our question counters. So let's say we are on the, we need to set a limit. So if it is 10, it shouldn't get far than 10. So if question counter, question counter, it is more than total quiz number, total quiz, only then we will increment it. Let's see if it works or not. Okay, we need to make it greater than, not less than. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's getting till 11 because total quiz is 0. And okay, if we refresh the page, okay, let's just make it as 1 and remove the 1 from here. Then it should be fine. It will start from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is not going after 10. Let's do the similar for the previous questions. So if, so previous question should be, it shouldn't be go beyond 0. So if question counter, it should be greater than 0 all the time. Then set it inside like this. So if we go back to the 0, we can't go before 0 because it's not the function here. Or I think it should be 1, not just 0. So fine. So we can't go before 1, but we can go forward till 10. Fine. It's now working as expected. Let's add one more functionality. So the functionality should be, see, if we are on the first question, this previous button should be disabled. So we can just say, where is it? If question counter less than 1, they should be disabled. So just make disabled equal to, if the condition is true, it should be true, disabled, or false. Let's try. If we refresh, okay, it's not working. Question counter is 1. Okay, if it is equal to 1, then it should be disabled. See, if we go to next, it's getting enabled. If we click previous, it's getting disabled again. Let's do the same for this one. Next question button. So it shouldn't go far than 10. So how to do that? So let's copy this condition, question counter greater than total quiz, and make it as disabled. If this condition is fulfilled, then it will be true, the button will be disabled, or it will be disabled. Wait a sec, what is the problem here? Both are disabled. So I think we need to change here. If we click till 10. Okay, it's not working. Let's try to console.log these two things here. CLG question counter. Okay, let's not console log here. Let's do it here. And the second one should be question counter and total quiz. So open the console. I think we have a problem that 24. What is a 24? 24. Okay, remove 24. Okay, the thing is, if we just do type of this question counter and type of this total quiz, see, one is number and one is string. So that's why it's not getting compared properly. So we need to convert the both of them to a similar manner. So let's compare the number to string to number. So we can just say wrap this in a number variable like this, and it will work fine. So if we refresh, see, both are number. So now we need to convert it here as well. So if total quiz is number, so let's now check. If we click next till 10, so it's not getting. So if we reverse it to the previous, okay, let's try equal to, it should work till 10. Okay, it's now working fine. So if you're on the first question, it is disabled and the counter is 1. If you click next till that number, the total number of questions, so we're on 10 and and this button has been disabled, so it's working. Remove this console logs, we don't need them. So it now works. Let's add some question title here. So question number, fine. Let's start from 1 and to the last limit 10. So now let's map the data finally. So create one more array state. So const, let's make it questions array set question array, use state empty array, and let's set the array now here, data of quiz data. Now we need to show it in a card. So let's open materialui.com. Okay, what is this? So open the card here from components. So in this components, we will have a card here. Where is the card? Where is the card? Card is here in surfaces. So we need one more component called card.js in command folder, card.js, and let's copy one card, copy this code and put it inside this card. Then we need to make some changes here. Copy this card content and merge it with this card like this. Now we need to pass, or not right now. So remove this bool and this typography bool. I'll remove this whole thing, the card button. Fine, I think it's now set. Okay, so now we need to import card here, this card that we just created. So import card from common card. So now we need to map it. So what is the data that we need to map? Question array. Wait a second. Let me just first call this questions array. Okay, we don't need to map it, we just need to send data as props first. So just call card and it's here. Let's make some few improvements here. So make the card style margin 10, not 10, make it 20. 20 is fine. We don't need button or card actions here, so remove them. Then we need to pass this data here that we just made this state of question array. So pass it. We also need to pass the question counter. It is question counter because we are increasing it on the next question click, and decreasing on the previous click. So these two states we are passing here. So now let's do what? Receive it in the props. So question counter, and the second one is questions array. So what we need to do here is just say here, remove this, we can say questions array, its index. So index should be question counter. So initially it is 1. Wait, okay, initially it is 1. So we have to make it 0 first. So it should be 0. So question counter -1. And we need to add the properties as well. So open network tab. If we refresh, okay, you can just comment it and see what is the data we are getting here. Or we can also console.log and see the data. CLG questions array and question counter -1. So open the console. If we refresh, we will get the question here. And if we remove, okay, we don't need to remove because we will get the next question. So I am doing this -1 because if we add the question counter, this is the first question, not 0th question. So we need to make it the -1 question. So 0 minus 1 is -1, or I think so. Okay, let me check in the calculator. Let's say 0 minus 1 equal to -1. Fine, my math is good. Then we need to use which property to use first. So we need to use this question. So we can just say question array, the counter, and the question name. So we will see it. We are getting this question name here. Let's refresh and check. What is the problem? Okay, I get the problem now. So we need to first create a check here. So here should be created check. If questions array dot length, not like this. Wait, let's do it in a box. Sorry, if question array dot length length is more than 0, it means if the array has something, we will show this card content data. So cut it and put it here. Or if it is not 0, it is less than 0 or equal to 0, it means it's empty. So we need to say no data, just simple string. Now let's try number of questions. Let's say 10. Category anything. Quiz difficulty easy. Get quiz. You see we are getting this now. If we refresh, it will still work because we are creating a check here. So we have this question. So now let's what should we do? We need to, what should we do? Okay, Let's change the font size to 20. Fine. Then this adjective. So in the place of adjective, we can use, which should we use? Which key? So it should be category. And let's add category here. And here should we add questions. Question. Fine, it's now. So if we click next, this will change. If we click on the next, it will also change. Next, 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 next. What else is there? So let's leave it for now. And we need to map the options. So see, we have three options in incorrect and one option in the correct answer. So let's tackle it. So we need to merge these two arrays. So how do we merge it? So let's do like this. Wait a second. Okay. So first we need this. We need remove, copy this. So the first thing to merge is this incorrect answers. So put it here and put 3 dots. Also wrap it in an array like this. Then we need to merge this question array counter with this correct answer. So put the incorrect answer question counter dot one. Fine, like this. Wait, we did something wrong here. So we need to put it here. Wait a second. What is the error we are doing? So we need to put them both in an array like this. So if we just give it a comma. Fine. It's now here. So we are merging this two. Then we need to map here. So map, let's say options. Let's give it a return statement, and inside P we will just render out these options. So see, we are getting 4 options for this question. If I refresh, it will go back to the first question and it can change accordingly. Which area 51 is located in which state of US? So we have 4 options: Arizona, Mexico, Utah, and Nevada. And if we go to the last, okay, we are not seeing this. No data. If we make it 1, what is that we get? Okay, I don't think we need this. No data. So just remove it or make it an empty string. But if we select 20 questions, category, let's select film, difficulty easy, get quiz. Question is this, we have this category and then we have these 4 options: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10th till the last option. Now all we have to do is just make this option a little bit more dynamic. So let's do it. So first let's wrap it in a div. Then give this div a class name of, let's say, flex options. We will use flexbox for this to make it in. So it should be display flex. Wait, let's use grid. So we have to rename to this as grid, and this one as grid as well. So display as grid, and I think we have, let's try to use this one, this what we call it, material UI. So we have data, light backdrop, progress, snack bar, paper, we have menu, we have box grid. Grid is here. So let's use this grid. Copy grid container, spacing 4. Wait. We have grid inside grid. 844. Okay, let's use it here. In this div, copy and paste grid, and remove this class name because we will using this grid option. And let's also import the grid from material UI in this cart component. Item is not defined. We don't need item. Okay, do we need item? Yes, we need item. So also import item. Where should we import item from? Item. Okay, we have to create one variable. Item. Paper and style not defined. Paper, import paper and styled, and styled from MAY styled. Should it work now? Yes, it will work. So we have this so much of grids. So if we remove extra grids and put 4 here, because we need a grid of 4 objects. Spacing, if we make it 4 or 1. Wait a second. We also need to use this box with flex crew of 1. So we should get it here, not getting it here. Why? Oh my. So what is the problem here? So what we can do is remove this grid from here, and let's create one component for grid. So here the component name is grid.js, then paste it inside this whole grid, and then import it here, this grid. So import grid from grid, and put this grid here. It is now fine, but we also need to remove this grid item of 8 and then 4 and 8. We need only 1, but still we have some issues. Why do we have issues here? We have 8, 4, then 8 and 4. If we remove these two, we have 8 and 4. Okay, let's make it full screen then. Make it as 12. Okay, it's now looking this like this. And text align center color of this. Okay, let's add some margin, and so style margin 10 pixels. So it's now looks like this, and give this div a create a class name of, okay, so it should be options grid. So in this app.css we can just say options grid. However, we need to make the background color of green or any color if we want, but it's not looking proper because I think we need to put it inside this item. Now it looks good. Also we need cursor of pointer, so you see it now looks also good. Now let's add data here. So to add data we just need to pass this option here. Receive it here, and we can just say option here, options. So you see now we have 4 options, and let's make the color to be white. So one over the color is white, but the color of this green is not looking good. So let's select one color using the same. So search for color here, and let's select some color. Let's select one green color which is called this steel. Okay, let's select this one. Okay, it's different. So now it looks classic. This is classic. Next question. Previous question till the last question. Oh, we have 20 questions here. Fine, got it. We selected 20 questions. Also, let's add some more data here to make it more dynamic. So we have quiz number here. So let's add some quiz topic. So topic should be, we need to pass topic from here, and we don't need quiz array, remove it. So quiz type, so pass quiz type here, and let's also type or pass quiz difficulty. So quiz type should be received here, and quiz difficulty. Now we need 2 more states. So const quiz type set quiz type use state array string empty or empty string. So and one more state, it should be quiz difficulty. Set quiz difficulty. Quiz type. Okay, set quiz type should be here. Question topic. So question topic is question type. So put this here. Question topic quiz type. And let's add difficulty as well, but let's make this as h3. Difficulty level. You see, we are not getting this data because it should come from here. So now if we select number of questions 5, category something, let's select television, difficulty medium, get quiz. Now quiz type, okay, wait, not quiz type, it should be quiz difficulty, the last one, it's medium. And in this h3, okay, let's do one more thing. So target every h3 and make the text transform to capitalize. Wait, I think we are doing something wrong here. In the text, question number 1, topic is 14. Okay, topic is 14. We can set topic in from this console as well. So topic is category, so where we are setting it, here. Quiz type, quiz type, what I are getting, okay. You don't know what we are doing. So difficulty level is fine, question number is fine. So topic should come from where? The API call. So let's remove it from here for now. And we can, because we can add topic here as well. So copy okay, we already have category entertainment as topic here, so we don't need it. But okay, let me do one more thing. I think the trivia API, open trivia API. So we need to add the encoding. So let's try all these 3 encodings. Generate API URL. We need to add this encode because you see we are getting this weird thing here, ampersand and that number, so it's not getting converted to quiz, to codes properly. So we need to add and, okay, where is and, ampersand and the encode URL. So now let's see if it works or not. Let's select 5, category television, quiz difficulty medium. Okay, that's something else. We are using encode. If we try this, lazy coding is not working. Why? URL encoding. So we are using currently this. If we select base 64, encode at base 64. So let's try again, go back and select number of questions 5, category television medium. Okay, it's something else. So leave it, let's suffer a little bit because some questions have problem in this API. So television medium, I think, do we have the option to add new questions as well? So we can do that. So it's now done. We can have next question, previous question and all the things here. And to the last question, who plays or what actor plays Hogan and Vashan whispered in TV show Firefly. I don't know. So it is now done. So let's format the code. Fine. The next thing is to create. Next thing is to add the right data. I mean, not the add right data, just to add a add a counter. So let's do that. So on the click of the option, we should get the right data. So wait. So what I was going to do. So let's create one function here. So const, not here in this component. So const handle options equal to an arrow function. So this handle options will be ran every time click our options. On click, handle option, and let's send this options as parameters. Let's receive it, and if we console.log this options, it should work fine. It will show up in the console. Oh, so let's try now. If we clear the console and click anything, we are getting this option in the console, and we need to compare this option with our right answer. So how to get the right answer? So we are getting this right answer in this options, not in the options. Okay, sorry. Make it as option and pass option here. So if we console.log this option as well, clg, let's see what we get. Option is not defined. 25. Huh? Okay, what is this? Make it as an option. Options not defined. What is this error that we are getting? Just let me go back. Okay, wait 1 second. 25. Okay, we need to make it as an option. Okay, it will not work like this. I think we have to use only options with an S. So we're sending this data options here, but I think we need to send options. Make it as an option, and here option, and here option. Option is not defined on line number 24. Make it as an option, just then it will work fine. Okay, so we need to compare this both. So if click, we are getting this data, and let's also console.log options, plural options. Let's try now. Click some data. So we are getting these two options. What is this options? If we select some wrong answer, we are all getting this both. So I am sending the options here. Okay, let me send the right answer as well, which will be what is this I'm doing? It's tough or not. Correct answer equal to this correct answer. We don't need to add underscore, so leave it, remove it, and just pass correct answer or receive it here. and we can just say correct answer here. So now let's try. Click some data. So the answer is this. Correct answer is 17th. This one, and the option is this. So let's create a check. So if correct answer is equals to options, we will just let me just use an alert. Right answer on ANSWER answer. But if it is wrong, we will show, okay, not this. If it is wrong, we will show wrong answer. Now let's try. So if we click some, let's say click this Jim Caviezel, wrong answer because the answer is Michael Emerson. If we click Michael Emerson, we will get right answer. If we click Kevin Chapman, still wrong answer. So let's install some plugin. So it will be called React Toastify. It will be used for this toast messages. So let's install it using this command, and let's wait for it to install. Finish installing. So now let's add the React Toastify package in our project. So we have installed it, and let's import these two in our app. Import toast container and toast and the CSS. Then we need this toast container export here. So let's export it. Then to use the toast message, we need to use this toast wow so easy command. But here it should be right answer, and this should be wrong answer. Let's make some more changes to this toast. This should be success and this should be error. So when we click our wrong answer, it will give an error message. It will get, if we click the right answer, it will give an right answer message with success. So let's try. Let's enter some wrong answer. See, we are getting this wrong answer toast message here. If we click right answer, let me find the okay. We will get this message called right answer here. So let's let's customize it a little bit more. So we have auto close property here. Let's add it, and the auto close timing will be 2 seconds. So it will disappear automatically within 2 seconds. So add them here. Now let's try. You see, it is now happening. Then what else we can use? Close on click, hide progress bar. Okay, everything else is fine here. So now let's implement this feature. So when we click the right answer or any wrong answer, we should be able to go to next question. So let's implement it. So we need this function from the quiz app. So the function name is not quiz component, play quiz. Let's see where it is. It is in this one, next question. So let's pass the function to this card component as props. Then we will receive it in this component called card.js. Then we will pass it further down to this grid component. Then let's receive it in the grid like this. So on click of this next question or handle option, we will be on the next question. So let me add it here, this function. Now let's try. So let's click any answer. Let's say this one. So you see, we are on the next question. The question number is 2. Click this. Anyone till we are on the last answer here. So it's now working. And now let's do what? So we should be on the wrong, we should be on the, when we are on this fifth question number page or last question, we should able, when we select the option, we should be able to get a submit button. So let's add it. First let's add a button here. So create a div here and let's add a button. So button, copy it and put it here. Let's also import the button and remove this things. Then we should, let's import button from material UI and put it in this grid component here. Then save the file. But the problem here is we are getting 4 buttons, which is not proper. So what we can do is just cut the button, place it after this grid and wrap this whole in a new div. Now save it. So if we refresh, it's still getting all the, okay, we are getting this component here. So what we can do is remove the button from here and let's just add it in this play quiz component here. So button, this will be submit. See, it is here. Let's rename the button to be submit and save. We don't need this disabled, so remove it. And this on click event, just comment it for now. It will create another function for this. And this buttons will be only visible when we are on the last question, which is fifth question. So how to manage it? So we will just create a conditional check. So if let me see, if where is this, if card quiz, not in the quiz, in the grid no, in the card no, in this, okay. So if question counter is equals to this total number of quiz, then we will show this button. It means if this condition is true, only then we will show this submit button. So just put submit button here, or else we will show nothing. Save it. Now let's try. So let's go to the last question. So you see, we are on the last question and we are getting submit button here, but not on the previous questions, but on the last question only. So that is now working fine. So now when to submit the function, and we need to go to this page called results. So we will create a component here called results.js, which will contain our final score of the quiz. So make this component here RFC functional component, and let's just add some text. So it should be results. This should be results only. And in app.js, let's create or import this component with the route. So import results wait from components result. Then let me put this component name here, and the path name should be results. And if we go to this path called results in the address bar, we will see result. We will see this component called results or okay, it's fine, result is fine. So now we need to navigate to that folder when we click this button called submit. So we need to create a function. So let me see. Wait. So we are setting the options here. Okay, let's create it here. So no, not here. Wait, in this play quiz. So const submit quiz, make it a functional component, and then this function will be mapped to this button of submit quiz, and then we will navigate to that component. So we need to import use location. We are importing it, fine. We are importing use location, state use location. Okay, we don't need use location, we need the use navigate function. So in this use navigate, let's create one navigate instance. Navigate equal to use navigate. Then wait a second, nav is not defined. Where? Line number 34. Okay, this one. So let's make it navigate to results. So next question. If we submit button, we are on the results page, and we need to send the final quiz result to this page. So how do we do that? So we need to pass the function, this function. Wait a second. So in the results, or in the where is it, in the grid, let's record the correct answer and the wrong answers. So create one state. So const, it should be let's say result, and set result. Use state, or react dot use state, it should be empty number. So let's say 0. Then if the answer is right, we will just set the results to result plus 1, and if it is wrong, we will set this to -1. Fine. Now let's try this. Let's console.log, or let's print it out somewhere here. So make this as result. So let's go back. So you see it's now 0. So now let's click some answer. Okay, we have a problem here. It should be not here. So let's try it outside. Console.log this result. So open the console. If we refresh the page, see it is 0 now. So if we click some answer, it is not okay. It's 0, then -1, then 0. I don't know why this is happening. So we need to cut this state and paste it in this play quiz. Where is the states? Are the states? We don't need react here, just use state, and just pass this in this component called card, and in the card let's receive it, set result, then pass it further in this component called result, in this grid, then let's receive it in the grid, set results. So we are setting result as +1. So we also need to pass this play quiz result state here. So let's pass him. Then in the card we need to receive it, and let's pass it further like did with the previous one, and let's receive it here. So let me break this down, and this should be result. Now it will work fine, and we don't need to console.log it here. We can do it here in this component. Let's just add this as results here. So it's 0. Okay, let's make it in an h1 tag to make it bigger, so that we can see what is going on here. So it's now 0 because we are having 0 wrong answer and right answer. So let me click something. So you see it's -1 because we are adding the wrong answer. Then if we click this one, still wrong answer, so -2. Then see right answer -1 because we incremented with +1, so -2 plus 1 is -1. Then true, yes, so it's now 0 because it's balanced. And now let's add this, so it's still wrong answer. So we have 3 right answers, or sorry, 3 wrong answer and 1 right answer. So our score is -1. So what we can do is, okay, leave it is fine. So what we can do, so I think the score is fine. So this result, should we remove this result from here, and we are passing it here in this card component, and furthermore to this component called grid. So in this grid we are receiving this result, and we are receiving this result, and we don't need result here, so we need this result here. Okay, so in this next question, where is it? Play quiz component, yes. So we need to pass the state of results to this component called result to show that there. So just like we did with which state, with this we will do the same. So we need this state, and just wait, copy the state. We will pass the state using query navigate. Then it should be final results, and this should be result. So result is this result, and we need to receive it in this component called results. So let's open it, and how to get it there. So let me see, we need to restructure it from the state. State is coming from use navigate and use location. So let's import use location in results component. So import use location from React Router DOM, then const state from use location, destructure the state. Then we need, what we need is, okay, let me see in this card, where was it, where is it? Okay, not here, grade play quiz. Okay, where is it? Sometimes it's very confusing. Play quiz, where is the component that we are just on? So we have here button card. So state, we are passing it in the play quiz. Okay, we are saving it like this, fine. So we need to use one use effect hook here. So just declare it, react dot use effect. Then just destructure this state from this state further. So the state name here was result. So put result here, and let's console.log this result. So open the console, refresh the page. Now let's finish the quiz. So let's select some answer: wrong, wrong, right, right, yes, true, wrong. So if we submit, we are say getting undefined, huh? So quiz state in the grid, not in the grid. So remove the grid right now. So in this card where we are passing, in the play quiz, final results it is, not just results. So it is -1 because we are in the negative score of 1. So let's try again, but with more questions, and let me choose 10 questions here. Category should be, let's say, television. Difficulty easy. Get quiz, and let me just render out this result. So H2 final score is result or final result. So we need a state. So let's create them. Const final result set final result equal to use state and empty number. So let's say 0, and just add here react so that we don't have to import it, and then set this state here. So we can just say final score is this final result. Now let's try close the console. So let's give some answers, right or wrong, doesn't matter. Fine, let's submit the question now. So the final score is -7, which means I'm losing. Okay, fine. So it doesn't matter, then we don't need this colon. Fine. So okay, it's now done. So we are getting a final score here. Let's add one more button here, which will be pointed to this play quiz. So it will be called play again. So put the button here, and let's import the button here. So import the button. So we don't need this disable property or the next question. So remove it, function call. So let me add some text here called play again, and let's create one function here. So it should be const retry quiz equal to, and add a function. Then we need to add the function here. So on click, it should be here, retry quiz, and we need to navigate to this play quiz component. So let's do that. First we need to import use navigate from React Router DOM. Then create one navigate const use navigate. Then we just need to navigate to this play quiz. Then if we click play again, we will be on the play quiz, but we are saying nothing. Wait a second. What is the, okay, it's just play, not play quiz. So put play here. If you go to the last question and submit, you see my final score is 0 because we haven't played anything. So if you click play again, we will be on the play. Wait. Okay, let's just redirect to this component called React quiz. So select number of questions 5, difficulty anything, and category anything. Get quiz. Go to the last question, submit, and my final score is 0. Play again. We are on this React quiz homepage. So now we are getting navigated to this page called React quiz. Okay, let's do one more thing. So let's select question, category, and difficulty. So I think it's pointless to keep these two buttons. So let's remove them. You can leave it if you want, but I think it's pointless. What is the point of getting to the next question or previous question? So remove them. Then we only have this play quiz, question number, and difficulty level. We cannot go back or forth. We can just choose the quiz, and on the last we have the option to submit. So let's submit the question, and the final score is -2. So okay, so let's add something else. So if we select question or make it 5, category anything, television, easy. So okay, lung cancer. What is the doctor? First doctor to play Tom Baker. No. Okay, so on the left, 5th question, we are setting or getting this button called submit. But I think okay, leave it, it's fine. So if we submit, the final score is now 3. So what are we going to do here? Let's create a leaderboard. So we will store our data into Firebase. So let's install Firebase first. Let's quickly go to firebase.google.com. Open console. Let's open the console. Go to console here. To install it, we just need this command called npm i Firebase, and let's create one application or project. So let's say it should be React quiz. Continue. Don't need analytics. Create project. So it's here, it's initializing, and here it's installing the package. So let's create one file here called Firebase config. So just say Firebase config.js, and I think we need to put it in src folder. So put it here, move it. Okay, in this config file, so we need to create one app here in the Firebase. So let's create it. So it should be web app. So let's say the web app name should be, it should be React quiz. So we are installing it, and then we need to import all this command into this file called Firebase config. Remove all the comments, yes, and here, and export this constant app. So all we need to do is just import this constant app in our app.js file. So import this app, from Firebase, not like this, Firebase config, and now we can use it in our project, this Firebase. So let's continue to console. Okay, in this Firebase config, we will use the real-time database. So let's open this, not real-time, sorry, Firestore database. Let's open it. We need to create the instance to the database also. So we need to import a few things. So first is get Firestore, Okay, let's wait for this package to install first, this Firebase package. Then we will move forward. So Firebase has now been installed. So we need to create one more thing here. So let's do it. Import. It should be get Firestore from Firebase Firestore. I think we are doing something wrong here. Get Firestore. Then we need to create a database instance. So and export it. So export const database equal to get Firestore and add the app initialization here. Then we can also now use the database. So let's store the data. So in this component called play quiz, we have all the data that we need to store here. But before that, let me create one more field for the name. So it will be we will getting name from here. So in this which page we have this React quiz, play quiz. In this quiz.js, okay. Let's create one more input field. It should be save it and let's see number of questions. Okay, wait a second. Let me create this input. Okay, let me just see this input component. Just copy text field from here and replace the input here. And we need to import this text field. So we have number of questions, but we need something else. So we don't need on change right now here. So remove it. Then we need this number should be text, or just remove this number. So number of questions, it should be player name. Save it. We are getting the player name here. Fine. Then the variant is outlined, value, quiz count. Remove the value or comment it out just now, for just now. Then we need to give it a styling. So style. Wait. What is wrong here? Margin top 10. Sorry, not top. Margin bottom. Let's make it 20. 10 is too less. Okay, 20 is fine. So now we have a text field for our name. So we can enter our name here and it will be stored in the database along with all these quiz details, category, difficulty, and number of questions. And it will show up in the leaderboard. So let me finally, so we are in the quiz component here. So we need the player name to, so let's store the player name in the local storage. So create a function const get player name equal to here. So the player name function should be on change. So okay, just make this as on change event and just pass this get player name here. Let's create one state which will contain our player name. So const player name set player name use state or react dot use state empty string. Then set player name, we will receive the value from here because we are sending value from this component or to this function target.value, and we will set the value in this value component, value state, set player name, and the player name value should be here in the value prop. So put value here and it will run fine. So if we enter some name, it will be in this component, in this function. So Now we need to store it in the local storage. Local storage dot set item player name and the key, which is called value. Let's try it now. So open the local storage in the application. So we need to delete all these things, so delete them. Refresh the page. Now let's add some name here called Nishant, Nishant. So you see it is now getting stored in the local storage. So name is here, so it's done. And now what we need to do is receive this player name in this component called play quiz. So how to store the state here? Let's create one state here always as well. So it should be player name and set player name. Use state string empty. Then set the player name to, it should be local storage dot get item and the key name. So this is the key called player name. So it should be here. So it will set up here. And we will use the player name in our database when we create this database. So let's import this database from Firebase config. Then we need a few more things. So import from Firebase Firestore. So first is the add doc, and we also need the collections. So first we need to create a database here. So let's create them. Start in test mode. Fine. Okay, enable this. Meanwhile, let's create this instance, database instance. So it will be const database ref, and it will be used in the collection. So it will use collections keyword that we just imported. And let's add a collection name. So let's add leaderboard, and then we will add this database here. So our connection to our database has been done. So it will create a leaderboard collection in our page. And to use the add doc, let's use add doc. So just use add doc. It also takes two parameters. First one is the database reference. So add it here. Second one is the data we are going to send. So we are going to send what datas. So first is the player name. So add player name will be player name. Then what is it? Then we have the quiz difficulty. Quiz difficulty as quiz difficulty. Then what we have here is player name, we did it, quiz data. Okay. Quiz count. Let's add quiz type. So quiz type should be added using this questions array. So just add quiz type question array, its 0th index, and then we can add this. In this quiz we have quiz difficulty. Let me check. We don't need the input. So quiz difficulty. Okay, we have the category. So quiz type is category, or we can also make it category, and this should be difficulty. Let's make this all small c, small d, and it will return us some promise. So dot then, and we can then navigate to this final result. Okay, we also need to add result here, so we can just say final score equal to, so we are using result here to put result here. So now it's done. So now let's try. Let's refresh the page, enter the name Nishant, number of questions, let's say 5, category television, difficulty easy, get quiz. We have something wrong here. So let's check console. Okay. Firebase expected first argument to collection to be a collection reference. So where did we do that? Here, okay. Wait a second. Okay, the first one should be database. First is the collection reference, then we have the leaderboard, the collection name. Now it will work fine. So now let's try again. Player name Nishant, number of questions 5, category television, easy, category get quiz. But still this error is not, local storage.get is not a get item, sorry, smaller mistake. So now it's done. So now let's try it. Answered some wrong questions, no right answers, then click submit button. So if we refresh the page in Firebase, I think the collection should be here. See, the leaderboard collection is here with the collection name. So we have category, difficulty, final score, and player name. So our add doc is functioning properly, add doc function, and we have to show this data in our page called results. So let's do that. Open the component called result.js, and just like we did in this Firestore, we need to do the same here also, but a few things only will be different. So we will get database from here. So let me check the import if it is correct or not. Yes, it's correct. And we need two more things. So first is called read doc, or sorry, get doc, get docs to be precise. Then the collection. So we need to create instance of a collection like we did here. So copy this database and paste it here, database reference. Then on this React use effect, we will get the data. So what is that we need to get data? So we can just say get doc, and it will take the get database reference here. So put it, but it's better to create one function. So let's create a function called const get doc, get data, and let's make it an async function, asynchronous. Wait. And we will await this. What is it? Let's say. Wait a second. So we will do const data equal to await. What I am doing? Constant data. It will store the data here. Then we will use the get docs, which will take the database reference, and we will call this database get data here. So now let's try. If we open the console and refresh the page, we are getting nothing. Why? I think it should be await get docs, constant data. Okay, we need to console it as well. Sorry, we didn't console it. Console.log data. So you see we are getting all this data here. So we need to get the docs from this data. So add docs. So if we refresh again, we will get this object. So we need to map this data. So data.docs.map. Let it take a parameter called doc, and then we will store this doc. So doc dot data. So let's see what we get after this if we refresh the page. So you see we'll get this array of player name. So we only have one player here, so we are getting only one name and only one record. So we are storing it in this data component, data variable, but we also need the ID. So we can just add ID, which will be doc.id, and we will get the ID as well in this array. So you see we are getting this ID, but here we are not getting the ID, and the ID is this one, document ID. You see here. So now let's create one state here to store this data. So it will be, let's say, leaderboard data and set leaderboard data equal to use state and empty array, and make it as react.use state. Then we will just set this leaderboard data here, and then we will just map it here after the button. So let's say h1 tag, or not h1, make it h2, leader board. Save it, and then we will just map this leaderboard data dot map. It will take an person, item, or anything you want. Then we will return. So let's return a table here. So just go to mytdlevi.com and we will get a table from here. So let's just search table here, data table. Or we can also use basic table as well. So let me create one component for table in the commons folder. So table.js, and copy this table here, this code of table, and paste it here. Then let's import this table in our component of results. Import table from components, common, and then table. Make the table fine. Table is fine, and we will just return this table component here. So if you open this, we will see all this data, and we will just pass the person's object here. Let's receive it in this table component. So we don't need this rows, we will use our own row. So remove this rows.map, or just add this persons.map. Okay, wait a second, not person. Okay, we don't need this mapping because we already mapped it previously. We just need to use this persons dot all the data we are going to use. So row is not defined, so remove all these rows. Save, and the leaderboard is now empty, so we don't need this table cells, so remove them as well. Wait a second, table cells. Okay, we will add our own table cells. So first is the table row, so it's fine. Then we have this. So let's add the data now. So first will be table cell. So it will say person dot let's say player name Nishant. Then we have this difficulty, so let's add person dot difficulty. Then we have the funnel score. Then let's add person dot funnel score. Then okay, let's add the category first. Then we will add the funnel score. So fourth one would be final score. So we are getting all the 4 data here. And what else is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can't add ID because it will be irrelevant. Save. And we only need 4 table cells. So remove the extra cell. Now let's see, it looks like this. If we add table align right here, it should work fine. Okay, remove the align right from all these cells. Align right, and from here also. What is the error? Table cell. Fine, it's now fine. Do we need anything else? No, we don't need anything else. So let's now change this table cell keys. So first is the player name. Second one is the difficulty. Third one is the, what is the third one? Category. Fourth one is the score, or let's make it final score. Let me format or auto format this code. And okay, it's fine. So we have player name, difficulty, category, and final score in this table. But let me do one more thing. Let's just remove this create data, clean our code, and in this where we are calling this table. So let me add a few little bit of margin in this table container. So table container style margin 20. Margin 20 will not work. So if we remove this, what will? Okay, let's add padding here. It's not. So I think we need to create a div here. So create one div. And here give the style of margin as 20 and remove the margin from here. It's now fine. This cool looking table. And let's do one more thing. So you see in this table we have a table key in this table row. So we need to add the key as well. So the key will be player person.id. So it's ID, I think. Let me check the console. Yes, it's ID. So save it now. So the key is now added here also. Fine. So I think it's done. So what else we should do? So let's add one HR tag here. In this result, after leaderboard or before leaderboard, just type HR, which will create one horizontal heading or horizontal line or divider. Okay, let's see if we have divider here or not. We have divider, so we should get it from here. Divider, place it here, and let's import divider from material UI. So put divider here and see we have a divider here, but it's also, it needs some margin. So we can say, okay, in this button we have margin left. Just make this as margin bottom 20, 30. Okay, it's now fine. Leaderboard is now here, so we can play it again. Let's try with another name. Let's say Uday. Number of questions 5. Category, let's say music. Difficulty anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 wrong answer, 1 right answer. Submit. And okay, that is a problem here. We are getting 2 different tables. So how to fix it? Okay, to fix it, just copy this table and we will map the table leaderboard there. So just pass the data as leaderboard and wrap this table in this div. Remove this mapping from here. Then let's receive the table leaderboard data here, and in this table we will just map it. Leaderboard data dot map. Let it be person. Then it should be returning all this data. So copy table body or cut it and put it inside this return and then save. Wait a second, div style. Okay, div. Now these 2 table columns have been merged, or rows. Okay, so in this table cell of difficulty, give it a class name. Class name of table cell, and in this CSS file we don't need config. Okay, we add where the CSS in app.css. Let's add some styling of table cell. It should be text transform capitalized to make the easy as capital letters. So you see easy is now in capital letters. Okay, so now what we gotta do is so we are setting this leaderboard here using leaderboard data, and this data is coming from here. So what we can do is we can sort it. We can sort this leaderboard data according to the descending order. So the top score will be on the top, followed by last score. So let's do it. I have added one more field here called dash with the score of 5, and I have changed the score of Uday to 10. So in no way it is in the order, any order. So we have 5, 10 and 3. So it to be in descending order, it should be 10, 5 and then -3. So let's add sorting. So we will add sorting when we are setting data to this set leaderboard data. So just say sort. It will take 2 parameters, A and B, and we will just say parts float. We will convert it into a float, and then we will say B dot. So we have to sort on the basis of final score. So open the console refresh the page. Okay, let's console.log our data. Okay, wait a second. Let me see. Not this data. Okay, let's console.log. This data. So let me uncomment it. Console.log. If we comment this initially, refresh the page, we should get our data here. So the key name is called final score, and on this basis we will sort them. So b dot final score minus parts float, which is a dot final score. Now let's see if it is happening or not. Just set data here, set leaderboard data. Yes, it's now happening. So we have Uday, then this Das and Nishan according to the final score. See, let me format the code. So sorting is done. Our sorting is now done. And now in our home page, let's add one more button for leaderboard. So if we want to check the leaderboard, we can check it without playing. So where is this home page called quiz.js? So we just add one more button. It should be check leaderboard. Save it, and let's give it some margin on at the right. First here at the left, margin left 5, and here margin right of 5, right of 5. Save it, and let's make this on click event as just we will use the navigate function. So do we have navigate here? Yes, we have navigate here. So add navigate to results. Check the leaderboard now. Click it. We will get an error because we don't have our score in this results when we click this button. So we need our score. Wait a second, let me see results. Play quiz, submit quiz. Okay, our state is fine. So in this results page, if we remove the final score, we should get it. From home page, click leaderboard, check leaderboard. Okay, cannot destructure the property of final results. Final results. Where is it? Final results. Okay, if we just comment this out and this one also. Okay, we are getting this final result. So let's create a check. We will get our results on. We will restructure it only if it's here. So we will just create a check if state dot final results, then we will restructure it. Let's hope it works what I am doing. Let's refresh. Okay, it's not working, so we need to. Okay, let's do one thing. If we have some state, then it will automatically. Okay, it's fine. And if we have a, so here also we can create a check. So if we have final score, then we will show this score, or else we will show nothing. So this final score is only visible when we play the quiz, or else it's nothing, empty string. So it's now done. Now let's play. Enter the name, let's say Raju. 5 questions, category, let's say anything. Board games, difficulty as easy. Get quiz. What is the, I think it's G's. I don't know. Sangrila. Now let's submit the quiz. So you see the final score is now -3 and it's here at the bottom with the category, and we can see our final score here, which is this H2 tag. If we go to play again and check the leaderboard, we won't see this text called final score. And now let me wrap this project and this video of how to create a quiz application. So basically what we did is we used React for the UI, Firebase for the leaderboard backend, and this material UI for this UI. So we have player name here, number of questions, category, and difficulty. So in this in this category, you can add anything you want, any categories if you wish. So it is in this, where is it? In this quiz category. So in this common folder, let's open select. So you can add any number of items if you want. So let me show you this Open Trivia API once more. So it has a different, all the types of categories, so many categories. So you can add this if you want. Just add the value. So the last value is 15, which is called board games. So we can add, if we add science and nature, it should be 16. Okay, it's 17. But what is 16? Let's see. What is 16th category? Board games, science and nature, computers. So you can check the category and add it here with the value. But I'm not going to do that because it's very lengthy. So it's just for demo. And what else do we have here? We have leaderboard. We have, if we click get quiz without selecting these, we will get some random quiz. But we are not getting any quiz. So let me check the network tab. Refresh the page and go back first. And let's click the get quiz. Okay, we are getting empty results because we don't have any item here. So all these checkboxes are necessary, I think. So I just need to enter the player name. Okay, wait. Let me do one last thing here. So where we are entering the player name, it is in this. Okay, it is in the quiz here. Get player name, which is this function value. So we will just create a check if value exists or if player name exists, only then it will set the item and the value, or else we will throw an error or show one toast message. So just import this toast. Where did we add the toast message? Here, not here, in the card. Okay, it's in this results, not results, quiz, play quiz, table select, grid. I think it's in the grid. Yes, copy this import from the grid and paste it in our quiz.js. Then this toast container import as well, paste it here, and this return. Then if we don't have any message, or if we don't have any player name, we will just say toast dot error, please fill the player name, or we can remove the string literal, add the string literal, player's name. So click get quiz. Wait a second, get player name. Okay, we are doing something wrong here. We are doing very wrong here. So this should be not here, it should be in this get quiz component. So we will just say quiz data, where we are sending this quiz, get quiz, here get quiz component, get quiz function. So if we don't have the value of player name, we will just show, or this we will call this axios method, or else we will call this toast error. So toast dot error, please enter the player's name. Or if we have the name, if the check is complete, we will just call this API. So now let's try. Click get quiz. See, we are getting this in the player's name. And if we enter the player's name, let's say Ashish, ASHISH. Number of questions 6 or 5. Category music, and difficulty easy. If we remove the name, it will still throw an error. See, please enter the player's name, or if we enter the name, it will not throw an error. We will be on this categories or questions page. So now we can answer these questions, and then we can click submit. So it has very low score of -3. So it's now done, and now I am logging out this video because it's complete. So don't forget to like, subscribe and comment on this video, and share my content if you like. Happy learning.